They've got him. The man accused of pulling the trigger on Charlie Kirk is no longer a figure in the shadows on surveillance. He's real, handcuffed and face-to-face with an FBI interrogation room. His name is Tyler Robinson, just 22 years old. But the questions about him, they feel a whole lot older. A whole lot darker. The arrest should be closure. Instead, it has opened a door into something horrific. Robinson was found through surveillance footage, social media trail, and reports say whispering into a family member's ear. But what did he confess to? Why would a young man enter the glare of a political assassination? Was it rage, ideology, or a script from someone out of sight? Because here's the truth. The arrest didn't quiet the conspiracy. It made it louder. Police didn't merely discover guns. They discovered bullets with weird cryptic inscriptions, phrases that combine political outrage with meme-like craziness, inscriptions that read more like a calling card than evidence. Every casing is a mystery. Was he writing a manifesto in steps, one bullet at a time? Or were the phrases intended to mock police, a trail of breadcrumbs leading somewhere sinister? And then there are the chats. Discord servers, encrypted conversations, fragments of intent. Who was he talking to? Who encouraged him? And more importantly, who's missing from the messages we've seen? On paper, it's simple. One man, one weapon, one act. But history teaches us it's rarely that simple. Was Robinson a pawn? Was he roped in by nameless voices in cyberspace? Was this the shot of a rogue wolf or the opening salvo of a covert web? The manner in which the FBI is proceeding speaks volumes. They know more than they're letting on. And where matters such as these are concerned, what isn't said is often more deafening than what is. Let's take a step back. Let's pose the blackest question of all. Who stands to gain from Kirk's death? Does upheaval in conservative politics create opportunities for competitors? Does it strike a chilling message to vocal activists or something else? A message from far beyond U.S. shores? When the nation is polarized, when institutions are rattled, when fear takes hold, someone is always pulling the levers. The question is, who? Now Robinson is in the hot seat under the lights. An FBI agent in front of him, humming tape recorder. What are they saying in that room? What are they deleting from the transcripts before the public gets to see them? Is Robinson talking in circles or naming names? Is he outlining a personal vendetta or charting a bigger game? Until then, until the interrogation leak, we are in the dark. And in the dark, the mind wanders. The shooter is arrested. The handcuffs are genuine. The cell door is closed. But the motive, the network, the real story, that remains out there. And until we get to see the evidence, until the whispers are converted into documents, one question will remain haunting this case. Was Tyler Robinson operating alone? Or was he merely the trigger finger of something much darker? The shadows aren't finished talking. Who sent him? Why Kirk? Why now? Agents report his answers as pieces of riddles. He was warned. The message had to be sent, and worst of all, I didn't load the gun. That one sentence has tormented investigators. If he didn't load the gun, then who did? Was it figural, or was it metaphorical, a description of forces so potent they don't even need to pull a trigger to destroy? Insiders mutter that he referred to the hand in the shadows. Was he a soldier, a pawn? Or perhaps just mad. But then the room was frozen in the moment of truth. One agent demanded, "Did you act alone?" He slouched forward, smiled once more, and said, "Do you actually believe that this stops with me?" That wasn't a response. That was a threat made into a promise. And it left each and every man in that room with a singular chilling thought. If this wasn't just him, who's next? But the further down the rabbit hole the FBI goes, the darker the questions get. Was this really the work of one deranged individual, or was he following instructions whispered in his ear? There are some who point to foreign foes. Is it the CIA operating on their own agenda? Is it Mossad looking for strife on U.S. soil? Is it even radical groups hiding in the wings, striking through a puppet? And here's the question that no one will speak out loud. Was Kirk merely the initial target on a much larger list? The killer suggested more. He was just the beginning, he said in a chilling aside. Beginning of what? A killing wave? A message to the state? Or the first round of something uglier? A war not fought on fields of battle, but in silence with precision-selected targets? The FBI has locked him away, but what if locking him away was part of the plan all along? What if the shooter wanted to be caught, to plant fear, to let the world know that he's only the visible piece of something vast, hidden and still waiting? And that leaves us here, staring into the darkness with more questions than answers. If the shooter was not alone, then who's guarding him? Who's sponsoring him? Who's lurking out there waiting for their cue to attack? The public is not safe. America is not safe, because the truth is not confined to that FBI cell. The truth is creeping outside it, in rumors, in schemes, in silhouettes that reach far beyond Washington. And perhaps the most frightening idea of all, Charlie Kirk's death wasn't the climax, it was the prologue.